Okay guys, I don't know if this is working or not, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on feminism, and as you can tell by my voice, I'm obviously female. No, I'm not transgender. These feminist videos are hilarious. I don't get where people are like getting off on saying that they're for equal rights when clearly everything is against guys. Like, feminism is supposed to be for equality between men and women, and they're basically, what's the word, like, discriminating against males. And I just don't get where they get off on that, because there's males and females. I don't care, you can say that there's binary people or transgenders or whatever. I believe that if you have a dick, you're a guy. If you have a vagina, you're a woman. If you're born that way, if you're born with a dick, you're a guy. Straight up. If you were born with a vagina, you're a woman. Like, that's just how it is. That science has explained that over the years, and now I can't believe I'm living in this world, this year, that says, oh, there's like over 100 different sexual traits or whatever. They're like, no, it's male or female. And females, or feminism, I'm not going to say all females, but the feminists that I've seen in these videos, besides, yeah, so they all discriminate against males, especially about, like, rape. I've read and heard so much about how guys are now not allowed to, like, say anything against rape, even if they were. Like, I think that's just wrong. Like, men and women are raped, and it should be judged equally. I don't care if you have a vagina or a dick. Like, women don't have better rights than men. Men shouldn't have better rights than women. It should be all equal. Not like, oh my goodness, he's a guy, and if I am a woman and I say that he raped me, even if he didn't, he automatically gets judged. And that's not right. You shouldn't be judged based on what someone has said. Especially like a female, like a feminist. I've also heard feminists, I've heard a lot about manspreading. I think that's what it's called. And girls, we don't understand. Guys have balls in between their legs. Like, what? A guy can't open his legs a little bit just to, like, you know, get the little bad boys out there. Like, they're not doing anything wrong by it. This has been going on for years, and there's been no issues with it. And now it's 2017, and there's issues with it. Like, I watched a thing saying that manspreading is now illegal. I don't get how that is even, like, a thing, because, okay, yes, guys can be dicks, and they can take up, like, 2 or 3 seats just to be dicks. But so can women, especially with our bags. Like, we can take up 2 to 3 seats for, like, someone on a bus, and that means that people can't sit there because of our bags. It's the same thing, except guys need a little bit more. I mean, you can squeeze next to that guy. Who cares if he's a little on your seat? A little. I'm not saying, like, taking up 2 seats or whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's okay if he's just a little over on your seat. Like, that doesn't really matter. Like, he needs to air out his balls. Like, like, seriously? I don't get how women can just be like, oh my god, these guys are being so mean, and they're being so dumb, and they're taking up 2 or 3 seats. No. I've watched a video of where there's proof, quote unquote, that guys are taking up 2 seats. In the video, you can actually see they're taking up only 1 seat, and it's where they're sitting. They're not taking up 2 or 3 seats with their legs. Like, seriously. It's okay if the guy's a little bit out. And I saw another video, you can probably even, like, search it up, where this woman went off on this guy who was doing some housing. I believe it looked like it was kind of like a construction thing for his house or for someone's house. And he literally said hi to this woman who was just driving by, and the woman got out and videotaped him saying that he was harassing her. He said hello. I mean, that's like, if that's what our country is going to come to, I don't want to like live in that. Like, I say hi to my neighbors all the time. Guys say hi to me all the time. I don't care if it's a guy or a girl. We say hi to each other. That's just like human nature. That's just what, I mean, that's, and the woman was so feministic. She went off and was recording it and saying that she's going to put it on YouTube. And I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, no, you don't have a right to do that. Well, I mean, you do. I mean, she did, obviously, or I wouldn't have seen it. He said hello. That's the only thing he said. And there was another girl that was, like, in the video, and, like, she didn't seem to be bothered by him saying hello. I mean, it was probably a neighbor or something, and she probably knew him, but, like, and from the video I heard, she was saying that he was racist because he was, I guess, saying hi to a cute little black woman, and like he was being racist because he said hello to her. Like, no, he was just probably saying hello just because that's just what people do. They say hi to other people even if you don't know them. Like, I have people say hi to me. I don't know if it's just because I'm from Minnesota and the whole Minnesota nice thing, but like anywhere I would say hi to people. I'm not feministic, I'm not racist or anything. I would just say hi because that's just what I was like born to do. That's just like what a human should do to another human. Like, men are human just as women are human. Men should have the same rights as women. And I've been watching a lot of videos on how men have been earning more wages or whatever than women. That's just because men are, no matter how, I mean, most men can be dumb. Just because, you know, you can see some of those videos where guys are like on stairs on a ladder and they're just being dumb. Like, they do more of like the dangerous stuff. Yes, women do dangerous stuff, but more men than women do dangerous stuff. And that's usually with the workforce too. They do more dangerous, more, I mean, there are women in like every single field as men, but there are probably more men in like, I don't know, construction and working with like drilling in the streets, like drilling holes for like sewer systems and stuff, and like building houses. Like, that's more dangerous, and women are more like scientists maybe. Like, yes, there are women who are in construction. That's also because of how they're built. I've also been hearing videos of how women feminists automatically think that men think that they're more that they're like stronger than women. I actually we may not be as strong as like men, but who cares? Like, it is actually statistically and like scientifically proven that guys just have, they're just like born stronger with more muscle. Most guys. Yes, there's some like some type of guys out there that probably don't have as much bone as like, I know, these big strong men, but more men than women. It's a scientific fact that men are stronger than women. We see that in competitions as well. Like, women can be really strong, but and they can obviously beat certain men, but if you take like men competitions, like the strongest man in the world, and put it against the strongest woman in the world, I'm pretty sure the woman might be able to just lift a little bit less, and unless of course it's like, you know, those like superhumans out there who are super strong, like they're just born like that. Like, the average man is stronger than the woman. That's just how their composition is. That's their biological composition. Like, they have more muscle. They have more, I believe it's bone mass. And women don't. And yes, I am biblical, so I believe that it also comes to how like God made us and stuff. God made men and women like different. Like, men are created a little bit more to do like the heavier work. Yes, women can do heavy work as well. Like, I could probably do heavy work because my binary factor, I am actually super broad in my shoulders, and I can, if I tried really hard, I could probably lift a lot of weight. But there are some women who just can't really grow like bones. They just can't really get a little bit, they can't get bigger with muscle wise. I mean, you can get bigger, but it just like, you know, you see those like really teeny women. It also depends on how hard you try. Like, a woman might be like, oh, this guy is saying that he's so strong, and I'm so upset about it because I'm obviously stronger than him, or, you know, no, you're not. If you don't try hard, like, guys, they're just built strong, for the most part. Yes, there are some guys out there, and yes, there are some, like, bone structures out there that make you not strong, or for females, make you stronger than the average woman, but, like, seriously, men and women were built a little bit differently, and who cares? Like, women have started doing, like, a lot more work than men. They've been building up to that, especially from, I believe, like, probably the early 1900s, especially when, like, the army went out there, how women were, like, the cookers and cleaners, and didn't really work, but then when, like, men had to go out to war, females, they had to take the jobs that men took, and they weren't seen as, oh, these women can't do these jobs. They're seen as these women have to, like, pick it up because there aren't any men out there to help them. And I'm happy that women are allowed in the army and stuff, because I personally want to be a Marine. But there's some things that are just different between men and women, especially, I know most girls don't like to hear it, but periods. Periods are the worst thing for women. And I hate how men assume that we're on our period when we're upset and stuff. Like, that's not really cool. You can have your own opinion that, oh, she's on her period because she's on a rampage or she's mad. We might not be on our period, but we have a right to say what we want, and so do guys. Guys have a right to say what they want. Like, who cares? Like, we're all equal. We're all the same. We're all, like, I just don't get how feminists can just, they're so negative towards guys. They're so sexist, even though feminism is statistically supposed, or is, like, it's supposed to be about equality between men and women, but it's not. It's more about how women are getting catcalled, or women are getting paid less, or women are less strong, or women are looked down upon on, like, by guys. Like, no. Not all guys are dipshits. Just like not all women are feminists. I'm not a feminist. I think some of the things that feminism, that, like, these videos are showing, I'm totally against them. Like, we're all equal. We're all, like, you can't call a guy a bigot for anything. Like, unless he is actually, like, saying, like rude things and, like, being racist or being a bigot, you can't call him that just because he is putting his rights out there. Like, I saw another video where these two guys were pro-life, and they were, like, preaching about it and stuff, and this insane woman says something like, no uterus, no uterus, no choice, or don't talk about it kind of thing, since you don't have a uterus. Guys actually have a right, just as much as women have a right for, like, abortions and stuff. Yes, women are the ones who are carrying the babies, and guys don't really know what they'll never know what that's like, but who cares? Like, that's just how God wanted it, us females to carry the child. It's as much of the guy's choice as it is the woman's choice, because it's the guy's sperm and it's the woman's body. So she was just saying that if you don't have a uterus, you can't talk about it. I'm pro-life. I believe that no child should be aborted, no matter what. I mean, what I think, and I don't know if this would even be possible, but I feel like it should be possible, is if, like, a 13-year-old got pregnant, yes, that would be sad, especially if it was like by her dad or by like a rapist, or like, you know, I mean, a 13-year-old most likely would be like raped if she was like having a child, unless she was consensual towards it. I think that if it is even possible, that the parents or the daughter herself should go to a doctor and maybe get the eggs removed from her uterus, if that's even possible. I don't know if it is. Shoot me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's what should happen, instead of having her carry it out with the child, and instead of aborting that child, just take the eggs out of her. Like, I feel like that should be a choice, and if that's not a choice, then I guess the girl's just gonna have to go through with it, and she might enjoy her life with the child. She can let it up for adoption. She has like a whole bunch of people like behind her, like supporting her, if she's gonna like carry on with the child. Whereas if she probably didn't carry on with the child, she might not have as much support. But I mean, I could be in my wrong mind saying that she might not have support if she aborts it, but she'll have more support if she doesn't, and if she keeps it. Like, yeah, I could be wrong on that, but I feel like there would be more support in her keeping a child, and it would help her learn. I mean, she could always give it up for adoption. She could always do an open adoption where she can see the child and kind of grow up with the child. I was reading the story where this little girl, she was raped and she kept the child, and her parents were okay with that. And the little baby grew up, and he was a little boy, and he grew up thinking that she was his sister until he was old enough, and like until they wanted to tell him that he was actually her child. And I thought that was the cutest story ever. Like, they kept the child, and the mom just raised it as her own. And the little girl got to like live with her child, and just like, I don't know, she just saw it in a different kind of viewpoint, and I think that was like super awesome. So, like, feminism, I mean, I know I was probably off topic on some of this, but these feminists out here are just crazy. I mean, there are some that are like, I don't know, that are okay. I cannot remember her name, but I have been seeing this girl, and she has blonde hair, and she's part of Canada or London. I was reading her thing, and it said she was in London, but someone kept referring her to Canada. I think her name is like Lauren, and I totally agree with just about everything that she said in the videos that I've seen of her. Like, she just owns these feminists. Like, it's just crazy how she's just super smart, and she also talks about like gun control and stuff. And of course, I don't understand a lot about like all of our laws. That's why I'm going to school. And also another thing, women, feminists, who cares if you have 4 years in law school? Who cares if you have a biochemistry major or a biology major? Like, who gives a crap? That doesn't matter. So you shouldn't be like, oh, I have a biology major, so I know more than you, or I'm more knowledgeable, or I'm more important. No, everyone is important. No matter how smart or dumb you are. Like, feminists, they are important, yet they may have some flaws. Everyone has flaws. I have flaws. I'm not feminist. Feminists have flaws, and of course they're feminists. Guys have flaws. You know, blacks have flaws, whites have flaws, Chinese have flaws. Like, it doesn't matter your race, your religion, your gender. Like, we all have flaws. We're all human. Like, that's just all that matters, is we're human. And if we wanna live in a great place, if we wanna be happy, we just can't fight about the stupidest little things. Like, we just can't. Like, guys don't get paid more than women. I have the same job as men as well, and we don't get paid different prices. I get paid the same amount as the guy that works right next to me. It's just like in all jobs. There may be more guys out there who are like bosses or that are higher up. Women are high up too, Women can own their own company, men can own their own company, they can each make the same amount of money. It doesn't really matter. So, like, we're all just equal. I think the most important thing that feminists have shown me is the harder you work and, like, the more you understand other people and how they feel and how they work, the more happy you'll be. I personally think that if you work hard, you can make the same amount of money as a person you're working next to, whether it's a guy or a girl. You just have to take the time and the effort to, like, do the work. You have to take the time and the effort to look into other people's cultures, to understand, to put yourself in their shoes. I know you probably heard it all your life growing up, or even if you haven't, put yourself in someone else's shoes, because you won't understand anything about them, and you can't judge them until you have. And then once you have put yourself in their shoes, most likely you'll come out and be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. I feel so bad, or now I understand why they think this way or that way. Like, it's just kind of how we were raised, and how our country kind of raised us up. So, like, seriously, our country needs to just watch out for our little children and just help the little children just understand right from wrong, understand the truth from lies, especially about feminists. Like, I want to teach my child that guys can be the same as guys can be as nice as women. Women can be as nice as guys. Like, it doesn't matter what religion, what race, what if you're male or female. It doesn't matter what you are. It just matters if you're nice or not, if you understand them or not. Like, you can't judge a book. I hear this all the time. You can't judge a book by its cover. Seriously, you have to put yourself into that person's shoes or you won't understand them. Just like you have to put yourself into their culture, and then you'll be like, okay, maybe I don't understand this culture, or I don't really like this culture, but that's just how they grew up. That's just what they believe. You don't have to believe the same thing as, like, everyone around you. Like, I don't believe the same things as feminists, and I'm still a woman. Like, so just generalizations really get on my nerves, and the 3 basic keys would be, it's down to how we were raised and how we were born and, like, raised up, what we kind of believe in, what kind of, like, religion and race we are. Not black people aren't more privileged than white people. White people aren't more privileged than Chinese people. Chinese people aren't more privileged than Japanese people. It doesn't matter if people may just be a little bit more privileged if they're, like, king or queen, of course, just because that's how they were born. That's how they were raised up. And it's just the same thing with gender. You're a guy if you have a dick and you were born with a dick, you're a guy. If you were born with a vagina and you have a vagina, you're a woman. No matter if you want to be transgender or binary, whatever, or if you want to be, I can't even remember any of the other stupid terms. You're a guy or a girl. That's what it's been like for, like, 1,000,000 years. Like, that's just how it's been since Adam and Eve. Men, woman. That's just how it is. Man, woman, man, woman. It doesn't matter. You are either a guy or a girl, and that is the basic, that is what we learn, or what most people learn, when they're children. Like, I was hearing a story how this 3-year-old could choose if he wanted to be transgender or not. They're not going to know what the hell that means. Oh, I want to be transgender. I don't really know what that is. Like, they're not going to know what transgender is. They're just going to go on what their parents say. And if their parents say, oh, you're transgender, no. You're not born transgender. You're not born gay or lesbian. Like, I don't have anything against lesbians or gays. I'm a Christian, yes. I should maybe. But, like, there it is. There's a generalization. I'm a Christian, so I immediately have to be like, oh, gays are bad. Gays shouldn't. No. I've learned hate the sin, not the sinner. And we all sin. So, like, we all need to, like, just learn from everything. That, like, we just, like, need to just learn to live together as, like, a country, as a world. Like, we're all different. We're all flawed. We're not perfect at all. Not one person is right about one thing, no matter what you think. That's just how it is, and that's just That's just what I believe.